Long ago, Ireland was a magical place. Many chieftains ruled over their lands. One great chieftain was named Lir. He was a kind and noble ruler. He lived in a grand, strong fort. Life was peaceful in his domain. His people respected him very much. He was one of the Tuatha De Danann. They were a magical race in Ireland, a people known for their great skills. King Lir had a beautiful wife. Her name was Aoife, and he loved her. They had 4 wonderful children together. Fionnuala was the eldest, a caring girl. Aodh was her brave and lively brother. Then came Fiachra, clever and quick. And Conn, the youngest, full of laughter. Their home was always filled with joy. The family was very happy then. Their days were bright and cheerful. Sadly, one day, their mother Aoife died. King Lear's heart was broken with sorrow. The children missed their dear mother deeply. Their happy home felt sad and empty. Lir worried greatly for his children. He wanted them to feel joy again. So he decided he must remarry. He hoped for a kind stepmother, to care for them and love them, to bring happiness back to their home. Lir chose to marry Aoife. Aoife was Aoife's own sister. At first, Aoife seemed very kind. She smiled sweetly at the children, but deep inside her heart was changing. A dark and terrible feeling grew. This awful feeling was strong jealousy. She saw how much Lir loved them. She wanted all of Lir's love. She began to resent the children. Aoife's jealousy grew much stronger. It twisted her thoughts day by day. It filled her heart with cold darkness. She could not bear the children's happiness. She wanted King Lear's love only for herself. She watched the children laugh and play. Her secret anger burned hotter inside. She started to make a very evil plan. A wicked idea took root in her mind. She decided to get rid of them. One bright morning, Aoife acted. She told the children they were going out. She took them to Loch Derravara. It was a beautiful, shining lake. The children trusted Aoife completely. They did not know her cruel intentions. She was ready to use dark magic. Her heart had become cold as stone. She hid her evil thoughts behind smiles. The children followed her to the water. Aoife then raised her druid's magic wand. She chanted a horrible, dark, evil spell. A strange, thick mist surrounded the children. They cried out in terror and confusion. Their small bodies started to change quickly. White feathers grew all over their skin. Their arms turned into long, graceful wings. They were no longer children. They became 4 beautiful white swans. Their human forms were cruelly stolen. Aoife then spoke the words of her curse. "You will remain swans for many long years. 300 years on this very lake, then 300 on the cold sea of Moyle, then 300 on the western waters. The spell will only break with a Christian bell. And when a king from the south weds a northern queen, but you shall keep your human voices so you can sing your sorrow." This was her terrible final command. The 4 swan children were heartbroken. Their sorrow was deeper than any lake. They flew sadly above their old home. They saw their father, King Lir. He was searching for them everywhere. They sang their sad story to him. Lir was filled with unbearable grief. He learned what Aoife had done. He punished Aoife for her wickedness. She became a lonely demon of the air for 300 very long years. The swans lived on Loch Derravara. Their songs were incredibly beautiful, but always filled with deep sadness. People came from all around to hear them. They listened to the mournful melodies. They told the sad stories of the swans. Lir often visited the lake's edge. He listened to their songs, his heart aching. He missed his beloved children greatly. Then their time on the lake ended. They had to fly to the Sea of Moyle. This sea was wild, vast, and stormy. The waves were towering and dangerous. The wind was always icy and cold. They suffered many terrible hardships there. Fionnuala, the brave sister, protected her brothers. She wrapped her strong wings around them. They huddled closely together in fierce storms. Their love for each other kept them strong. After 300 more years passed, they flew west to Lir. The waters there were also cold and lonely. They were very old now as swans. They felt weary from their long suffering. They missed being human children terribly. They missed their kind and loving father. They heard whispers of a new faith, stories of a new God in Ireland. This news gave them a tiny spark of hope. 900 long years slowly went by. Ireland had changed in many ways. The old gods and their ways were fading. A new religion had come to the land. This new faith was called Christianity. Monks were building churches across Ireland. They rang bells to call people to pray. This was a new, hopeful sound. It echoed through valleys and over hills, a sound of change and new beginnings. One fateful morning, the swans heard it, a clear and gentle bell ringing softly. It came from a small, simple church. A holy monk named Causeway rang it. This was the sound from the prophecy. The swans flew towards the hopeful sound. Their ancient hearts beat with renewed hope, and also with a little bit of fear. Could their long enchantment finally end? They had waited for so very long. They landed carefully near the small church. The monk Causeway was gentle and kind. He listened to their incredible long story. He cared for them with great tenderness. He knew their immense suffering would soon end. The ancient prophecy was nearly complete. A king from the south had married a queen from the north. The time for their freedom was finally near. The conditions of the cruel spell were met. Their 900-year ordeal was almost over. The terrible, cruel spell finally broke. They transformed back into human forms, but they were now 900 years old. They were frail, withered, and very weary. The good monk Causeway baptized them quickly. Then they died peacefully, together at last. They were buried with honor and love. Their sad and beautiful story is still told. It teaches us of enduring love and the terrible pain caused by jealousy.